We are back here on Noble TV. We are extremely sorry for having to go off the air there, but we haven't missed much. We've had two cautions since we last left you. The most recent involving Christopher Sirkoi on the back straightaway with Jonathan Cadell. But Andy, so far it has been a dandy of a race, and let's tell them about this on this past little pit stop routine. Everybody pitted except for your leader, Dave Washington. And I guess Andy forgot to plug his microphone back in after the little break. Lights are off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Getting ready to restart on lap 33. 127 laps remain. Here we go. Christopher Sirkoi has pulled it behind the wall. He actually got upside down on the back straightaway. All right, we're going to have to see how Dave does on these old tires. I've got a feeling he's going to drop like a rock. Pace car down pit road. Dave Washington, he's got to get out of there quick. He's flying in the air off of corner number 4. Dave Washington puts the hammer down, and he is gone. Clean so far, but out of 2. Look at there. Chad Simpson already closed the gap quite a bit, and he is on the bumper of Dave Washington. Off of 4. He almost put the bumper to him, but look at Mitch Lennon back. Excuse me, that's Jay Adair into 27. Adair with a good run here at Dover. Top 3, tail to nose. It's Simpson trying to get Washington. And then Adair is there as well. And then Jonathan Cadell is 4th. Here comes Chad Simpson to the lead on the front straightaway.
He's got the run on the inside, Ben. That's exactly where you want to be. Simpson to the inside. Of course, Dave's on old tires here, but fighting hard on the outside.
Caution on the track. Philip Willis is around down the front straightaway. He made slight contact with the wall. Andy, this has not been Silent Thunder's night tonight.
No, not so far. Hopefully not too much damage on that vehicle. He is second at 0.6 behind Cody Marshall, so he wants to get what he can out of this place. He said it wasn't his favorite track, but he definitely has to get what he can out of here.
We're getting word. I didn't get a good look at the replay. I only saw him after spinning. But Andy, he might have a little help here.
He's got a lot of damage on that front end of that car too. Hopefully not enough to affect the radiator, but he's going to have to come in here and get some service done here this time around.
Ooh, it looks like Josh Williams might have got into the rear end of Willis just a little bit off before, but pit stops now occurring. And Dave Washington definitely going to come down this time and get some new Goodyear rubber on that thing.
Yeah, the only problem for him now is all these guys on the lead lap that went down pit road last time are now staying out on the track. So now Dave's going to be caught a little ways back here on these new tires. He's fast here, so he should be able to get through, but he's going to have a lot of cars to get around.
Right at 30 cars are on the lead lap, and that's going to be tough for Dave to get back up to the field, but he has quite a bit of time. He coming this time by will have this time by 122 laps remaining, so he does have time, but it's not going to be an easy task.
Ben, take a second here to want to mention one of our sponsors here, WileyX, WileyX.com. They got everything: tactical, motorcycle glasses, racing, outdoors, and safety. Anything you could possibly need to keep the sun or debris out of your eyes. That's WileyX.com. Head over there, check them out, and tell them Noble sent you. You might get a little bit of a discount.
Andy, I just remembered that I was wearing my Wiley X sunglasses. I had to take them off, and all of a sudden Dover was extremely bright. Definitely need to head on over there. Got some great glasses choice. You can wear the same kind of glasses that Carl Edwards does. I mean, what a deal that is. Here we go. Phil Gooding starting to get doubled up here, getting ready for the restart.
They have all kinds. They even have prescription kind, Matt. They'll keep so for those people that need sunglasses, but they wear eyeglasses all the time. You can get some prescription eyewear also over at WileyX. So check them out, WileyX.com.
I haven't talked too much about the 27 car, Andy, this season. He has been up there. But Jay Adair, he's had a good run so far in tonight's event. Sorry if I get chuckled up here. Jay Adair has had a fairly good run, up to second as we get ready for the restart here. And an interesting choice, Andy. Chad Simpson's going to pick the high side on this restart.
He is going to pick the high side. I mean, he has the advantage of being the starter, so or being the lead guy to start this race back up. So I don't think either way it makes that big of a difference for that guy, but at least it gives him the line, the preferred line as he heads into the corner. He'll be able to dive down to the bottom. But Jay Adair, you were just talking about him. The guy's second right now in points in the Nationwide Series, which runs Monday nights here at Noble. But second place behind Mitch Lennon, so he's having a great season over there in the Nationwide also.
Yeah, before we go back green here, we're on the back straightaway, half a lap until we get the green flag back in the air. Let's run them through the rseat.net top 5. Chad Simpson is first. Jay Adair is second. Jonathan Cadell third. Mitch Lennon fourth. And Dylan Jones, good run for him, rounding out the top 5. That was brought to you by rseat.net. Go and check them out. Pace car looking to make the hard left turn. He does. Here we go. Chad Simpson on the high side, restarting the field. Green flag back in the air. We're racing at Dover. Oh my. Oh my. Look out. Jay Adair sideways. It's going to punch him up. That was all in front of Commercial, still sideways. Look out off of corner number 4. Adair still able to keep it straight. As he dives down into corner number 1, everybody is still pointing the right direction. Andy, I don't know how.
Oh, that was close. He lost a ton of spots there. Obviously restarted there second on the outside, but had a little trouble, got loose, got on the apron. They had a little help from Eric Dollarriva there coming out of turn number 4. But he kept it straight, kept it down. Now he's back up in line up to full speed. So we'll see where he can move up from here. But right now he dropped all the way back to 17.
Oh, trouble! Oh, my. A war zone on the back straightaway here at the Monster Mile. Multiple cars are involved, and here come the leaders. You've got to be careful. James Mason, Philip Willis, Brian Neff, Rodney Kramer, Rick Donovan with a huge amount of damage. And we're looking at the replay here. And Andy, this happened right with Washington and Elliott. Oh, Washington got to the back of Elliott there. He was coming through the field, and he was a little bit faster than everybody else. Gets into the back of Elliott. Elliott gets it sideways, overcorrects, and head on into the wall, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yeah,
Matt
a lot
Hoos.
of carnage. That's exactly what I was talking about, Ben, earlier with coming off these corners, turn 2 and turn 4. The track really kind of narrows down, and if there's any kind of trouble, it's kind of blind going into that corner. So the guys in 1 and 1 or in the middle of 1 and 2, they don't have no idea what's going on. All of a sudden they come into it. There's 10, 12 cars just around in a circle there, and there is nowhere to go.
I'm going to try and name all of them. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to here. Just the fact that there were so many involved. But Matt Hoos, he was involved in the earlier incident. He's involved in this one. Jay Adair, we saw him sideways 7 times a few laps ago. Marcus Miller involved. Rick Donovan, James Gagne, Ronald Henry, Chuck Sweeting, James Mason, Brad Spidell. There's just so many people, and we're still going back. Brian Neff, David Elliott, he was the one that got sideways to begin with. The bad luck continues for Philip Willis, Rodney Kramer, and that looks like about it. But 10 cars right there just taken out of contention. And David Elliott has already pulled it behind the wall. He is going to be done for the night. Pit stops took place, and 2 guys stayed out. Andy?
They did. They decided to stay out. It was Chad Osborne. He did pit earlier. TJ Graves, we've known him to take gambles like this during races. We still 115 laps to go here, so plenty of time if it doesn't work. But these guys were just on pit road not too long ago, so maybe not a bad call to get some of this track position and maybe stay away from any of the mayhem there in the back.
And we saw some mayhem on this to bring out this most recent caution. And you definitely do not want to be in the middle of that. But as we know here at Dover, that can really happen anywhere. So there's not really a safe place on this 1 mile monster. What does Zane like to call them? Concrete Coliseum.
Yeah, it's basically Bristol on steroids, Ben. Concrete track, high banked, high speed, and self-cleaning, so everything kind of washes down. Even on the straightaways are banked pretty well here at Dover. So, man, it just is what it is. Almost like a wreck from Talladega.
Yeah, definitely. It is a big one. Lights are off before we go back racing. Let's get a plug in. Five Flag Speedway has had an array of racing so far this year, but one car class has yet to visit the famed half-miler in Pensacola. The super late models under the Southern Super Series will begin the road to the Snowball Derby. So far, it's been a grill and pollard show. As everyone knows, it's anyone's game in the Rubber and Specialties 125 presented by Crane Cams. Supporting classes include bombers, sportsmen, and modifieds. That is May 24th at 5 Flag Speedway.
Going to lead us back to the green flag. Here's the driver of the 24, Chad Osborne, right there in that RC.net paint scheme. Pretty flashy design he's got there this season, Ben, and RD Designs there designed that car for him, so great job by those guys. But the RC car up front here in the RC Sprint Cup Series.
That is one sharp-looking car. Pace car down pit road. That RC.net car is going to lead them back to the green flag. Here we go. It's in the air, and we're racing again at Dover. Remember, the top 2 guys did not pit. They're on old tires, so this is going to shake up the field. Look out. They're almost already into each other.
They are. Watch out for Chad Simpson there. He's fast all night long. You see that? Him catch Dave Washington. He had to go up the track there a little bit. Almost got in the back of TJ Graves. It's going to leave the inside open. Mitch Lennon not going to be able to make things happen off of turn 4.
He sure did try. Lennon, he is going to be a guy to watch out for tonight. I think he has a car that could win this race. He and Simpson are definitely going to put on a show for us here in the late going. Simpson to the inside of TJ Graves. This is for second. Graves way up the track.
Way up and going to lose a ton of positions there. About 7, 8, 9, 10 cars go by him there.
That moves Simpson up to second, Lennon up to third, and Cody Marshall, two-time winner here in Noble Motorsports in his 2 starts. He's fourth.
Fourth and looking strong so far. A little bit of trouble early on, but nothing to keep him out of the hunt here tonight so far. But side by side, right behind Cody Marshall's Dylan Jones and Jonathan Cadwell as they battle for 6th or 5th.
They are duking it out side by side. Here is Chad Osborne and Chad Simpson. They're going at it for the lead. Simpson gets a good run in corner number 4. Can he complete the pass and lead this lap? Yes.
Great job by Simpson. Obviously, Osborne out there with some older tires. Now Mitch Lennon looking at the inside Osborne as they head off of turn number 2. Give him that position. Move Osborne back to 3rd.
Osborne's back to 3rd, and now look who's all over the rear end of Chad Osborne. That is Cody Marshall. And here we go, Mitch Lennon on the bumper of Chad Simpson for the lead.
Great 4-car battle we got going on right now up here in the front as Osborne fighting hard back to try to get back into 2nd place there. But now he's got a rear view full of Cody Marshall.
We were on board with Mitch Lennon right now. And it is very tight. Got a car coming out of pit road. That's Rick Donovan. He stays low. Here we go, looking out of the back of Mitch Lennon. You can see Chad Osborne and Cody Marshall trying to duke it out, trying to get around one another. Here comes Marshall looking to the inside of Osborne. Not going to be able to do it in 1 and 2, though.
Not going to do it 1 and 2, Ben, but he's still going to fight hard down the backstretch. Getting a great run on the 24 car. Trying to make something happen here. He comes all the way up there, trying to set him up. It looks like maybe to dive down underneath him. Here he goes, Cody Marshall, looking inside into 1.
Does he have a bumper? He does. Osborne lets him go. And look at Dylan Jones easing into the picture.
Dylan Jones now falls in behind Osborne down the backstretch. Jones still trying to make a run on Osborne as they go through 3 and 4. Looks like coming off of 4 here, Dylan Jones might have something for him down the straightaway. He gets quite a bit of run, but he's got to watch out for that 56 of Will Jones.
Great racing up here in the front. Good run for the 6th place guy right now, the 56, Andy Will Jones. Haven't really talked about him too much this season, but he's making a little noise up here around the top 5 as of lap number 58.
And so is the guy right behind him in that 28 car, too, Jonathan Cadell. Great run for him here in the top 10 so far, but right now Dylan Jones looking to the inside of Chad Osborne as they head down.
Osborne continuing to fall back. Caution on the track. TJ Graves involved. And Eric Dallariva is around as well. Oh my, a terrible crash down the back straightaway. It was Eric Dallariva and Josh Williams. Dallariva actually got upside down. Oh my. Collects Rick Donovan just a little bit. And I think TJ Graves was able to get slowed down just in time. Oh my. So, Andy, here we go with pit stops.
That's right, pit stops underway again. Leader, pretty much everybody here in the top. I think this worked out a good deal for Chad Osborne now because he finds himself here in the top 5 with pit stops. Now he's going to be on the same strategy as all these guys. So maybe for him that was a good move, but it wasn't obviously for TJ Graves.
Glenn Stanley stayed out, and he is the leader as of now. Matt Hoffman going to gain some positions right here. And somebody... We had a crash on the exit of pit road. That was Marcus Miller. Marcus Miller lost it coming out of pit road. I don't know. He just kind of pulled to the inside there. That was weird. We'll get the lineup for you here in just a moment when everything cycles back around. Glenn Stanley now going to come down pit road.
Well, everyone, just want to remind you to check out NASCARHall.com. That's NASCAR Hall of Fame. Check them out right now. They're running a special. They're calling it the, I guess it's, yeah, they're calling it the Indica. No, they're calling it the High Octane Combo Package. Of course, that includes your admission ticket, a simulator ride, sandwich chips, and a Coke from the Pit Stop Cafe, and of course your very own NASCAR Hall of Fame lanyard. That's $26.95 for adults and $18.95 for children. Head on over to NASCARHall.com and check them out down there in Charlotte. We'll be back right after this.
I felt it all at the Hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the Hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the Hall, where my grandson asked me, "Did you really do all that?"
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
Lights are off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car as we get ready to restart on lap number 62. Our seat.net top 5 is Chad Simpson, Mitch Lennon, Cody Marshall, Dylan Jones, and Will Jones, rounding out the top 5. Update on Dave Washington. Andy, he has cracked the top 10. He is coming back up through the field, so you're going to have to watch out for that number 10 of Dave Washington. Simpson picks the high side yet again, so we'll have to see how well this works for him. Pace car. Down pit road, Chad Simpson going to get the restart underway. Green flag back in the air while racing.
Big jump for Chad Simpson. Now battle for second as they go into turn number 1. It's Dylan Jones with Mitch Lennon down on the inside.
Jones, a huge run through 1 and 2, and Mitch Lennon can't get going. It really held up Cody Marshall. Mitch Lennon under pressure now for third.
He is on the battle. He's under pressure for third. Cody Marshall right on his back bumper trying to make something happen as they head into turn number 1. Unable to do it there as they head off the 2. He's going to try again, maybe the turn number 3.
Oh my, Dylan Jones restarted this race fourth, and he is up to second. He was second coming out of corner number 2, and he is looking for the lead. Oh my, contact in the back. Everybody able to keep it straight. Dylan Jones, he's slowly starting to cut away at Chad Simpson's lead. This is going to be a pretty good race here if Jones can get to the rear bumper of them. Both of these cars are really fast. Got a battle going on for the 7th position between Jonathan Cadell and Brian Lambert.
You know what? That's one guy that's impressed me so far this season, Ben, is Brian Lambert. Has been running great in all 3 series here at Noble. He's still getting it done here. He's in the top 10 here tonight at Dover.
He's doing a great job. He's almost up there. Trying to rattle some feathers to get into the top 5 here. And I wouldn't count him out. He'll probably be up there around the top 5 at the end of this thing. He usually is. Have a small battle for 5th between Chad Osborne and Will Boones. Remember, Osborne stayed out a few cautions ago and only fell back. What do you say, Andy? Probably 5 or 6 positions. Didn't lose too much time like we thought he would. And he's up here in 5th now.
Yeah, he was able to hang on to that, and then now he was able to come in at that last caution there with everybody else. As Cody Marshall now gets around Mitch Lennon for 3rd.
Lennon did not get a good run through 1 and 2. And Marshall did take advantage of it. Marshall up to 3rd. Here comes Lennon trying to fight back. Dave Washington. He did work his way up to 9th. And he fell back to 13th. Not quite sure what happened to him.
Still a good battle for 5th right now, as now the 56 of Will Jones looks underneath Chad Osborne at 1 and 2, and it looks like he's going to get the run off of turn number 2, and he's trying to bring Jonathan Cadell in with him.
Brian Lambert able to get around Osborne. And that one car back there, that is Philip Willis. He's quite a few laps down. 24 to be exact. Oh, we almost get, oh, trouble in the back. Trying to get a number, that is Matt Hoffman. Matt Hoffman, I saw his car just shoot dead straight into the wall. Oh! He clips the apron and a big crash. That was right in front of Splosion. Trying to work his way slowly through the field, and oh my, was he close to get caught up in that one.
It's a product of being a little further deeper in the field. So much traffic and so much could go wrong for you, and for a guy like Dave that qualified up front there, running up front the whole first part of this race until he got off sequence with those pit stops. Now he's really having a hard time trying to battle his way even back into the top 10.
Speaking of pit stops, we have some now. And it looks like all the leaders are going to come down pit road. Top 3 is Simpson, Jones, and Marshall. All right, here we go. Gonna wait until we cross the line to make sure our order is correct. We don't want to tell you anything. We don't want to tell you false information. Chad Simpson does look like he will be the leader here. A few cars going to stay out and get the wave around, one of those being Philip Willis and Andy. Philip Willis definitely going to take a huge fall in the points tonight.
He will, Ben. The way the setup is, too, also, remember, they lose a point for every incident in these races, and he's been caught up in quite a few, so he's going to take a pretty big hit in the points tonight.
A huge, huge point, as my producer says. I would be screwed if that was the case and I was in the race. Top 5, RC top 5 right now is Chad Simpson, Dylan Jones, Cody Marshall, Will Jones, and Jonathan Cadell. As we get ready to head to a quick commercial break, we'll be right back on No Bull TV.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing.
Hate to disappoint you, old man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees? Flash floods? Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac and never feel powerless.
There is no way to avoid a ticket if you don't use your seatbelt. Cops are stepping up enforcement and looking for unbuckled drivers like never before. If you don't buckle up, you will get stuck with a ticket. Click it or ticket.
Welcome back, everyone, here at Dover International Speedway. Just want to remind you, sandbass.com. Right now, everything on the internet is half off in their online store now through the year. Sandbass.com.
Everything on the internet there, Andy? Everything on
Everything
Sandbass.
is sandbass.com. On the internet.
Well, if everything was on the internet half price right now, the postal service, the postal service would be busy tomorrow. Lights are off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car, and we get ready to get back. Green flag racing. Chad Simpson chooses the outside line this time yet again. Dylan Jones is on the inside. Green flag back in the air. We're racing. And Andy, it's been theme of the whole night that the top there, the bottom side just does not get going on this restart. Look at Will Jones trying to get second away from Dylan Jones.
Looks like he's going to have it cleared heading into turn number 3. That's Will Jones. Move him up to second as Dylan Jones falls now back to third with Cody Marshall close to his rear end.
Free car battle for that second position. They are all till the nose as we head down the backstretch. One car tags the wall.
Chad Simpson pulling away just a little bit here, but Will Jones, Dylan Jones having a great battle here for second with Cody Marshall just kind of lurking in the back. Going to watch it.
Update on Dave Washington. He's up to 10th, trying to get ninth away from Chad Osborne on the outside. Meanwhile, back to the battle for second. Dylan Jones still working on Will Jones, but Cody Marshall is just kind of falling back, not working too hard to try and get around Will Jones here in the early going. Just kind of biding his time. This time by off of corner number 4, crossed flags halfway here at Dover International Speedway. It's time to step it up and get the move on.
It is, and right now Chad Simpson just keeps pulling away lap after lap right now. Is now for second. We got a great battle. Dylan Jones now to the inside of Will Jones, trying to take that away as they head to turn number 3.
Marshall's going to take advantage of Jones getting to the inside of Will Jones, and Marshall goes to the inside of Will Jones. Dylan Jones up to second. Too many Jones, and I'm getting confused.
Great battle right now for third. Cody Marshall to the inside of Will Jones, heading down the backstretch. I think Cody Marshall's going to be able to pull away from him here as they head into turn number 3.
28, Cadell. He's trying to work his way around Will Jones as well. He's going to be able to off of corner number 4. And here comes Brian Lambert trying to make his way into the top 5.
Very quietly, Brian Lambert moving his way up. Pit stop after pit stop. He's slowly just creeping away, one spot at a time. That's all he's doing. That's all he's taking care of his car, hoping to be there at the end.
Matt Hoos has just retired from the race, and he will not be finishing tonight's event. Meanwhile, up front, though, Andy, Chad Simpson is just setting still on the rest of these guys, and he is running away with it.
He's about a tenth a lap faster than Dylan Jones right now as they run. Each lap slowly just pulling further and further away. Right now enjoying a little bit over a 1.5 second lead as Simpson now heads off of turn number 2 down the backstretch.
Andy, this is a very interesting part in the race here. Just after halfway, you have to wonder who has been saving their stuff and who hasn't really been racing as hard as they possibly can, or who has been racing so hard that they're just racing other people that aren't racing quite as hard. And we're probably going to start finding out who has the best car. Oh, Dylan Jones! Look out! My goodness, was he sideways down the back straightaway. But as I was saying, we're going to start figuring out who has the best car here. And so far, it's looking like Chad Simpson has one to contend with.
He does. Chad's pretty quick here at Dover, along with guys like Dave Washington and Cody Marshall. Cody Marshall now sitting third here, trying to get around Dylan Jones here, maybe to try to contend with Chad Simpson for the lead. Dave Washington now has moved up to 9th now, so he's slowly, very slowly.
Ooh, Washington puts the bumper to, I couldn't even get a number. That was Jay Adair. Washington put the bumper to Keith Elliott earlier on in turn number 2 and turned him head on into the wall. I'm sorry to cut you off there, Andy, but Washington just, it's go time for Washington, and he doesn't have too much time to make his moves, and he is ready to go.
He is ready to go. He's battling hard for this championship this season. Had a tough break, not what he wanted at Daytona, the first race of the season. Then, as he would put it, he had one stolen from him last week at Phoenix there with Cody Marshall taking the lead from him there late in the going and pulling away with that win. So Dave Washington's on the chip right now and looking to bounce his way back up here and try to get a win back.
And what a story it would be, Andy, if Cody Marshall could win 3 in a row. He's looking to do that now as he goes to second in corner number 1.
He finally gets around Dylan Jones for second, but that's a big wad of cars right there. 6 cars there battling for second place right now. Big group, some veterans and some rookies here in Oval.
And the guy who's leading that pack, 2-time defending winner here in the season, and his only 2 starts in the Cup Series, Cody Marshall. That is just amazing, Andy. I cannot get over the fact that in his first 2 starts here in the Cup Series at Noble, he has 2 wins. That's just amazing.
It is. Talked to him last night on the show, and he said that Daytona's, it's a crapshoot, and you got to dodge the wrecks and all that, and he was just there at the end when it mattered, so we got that win. He didn't call it lucky, but he just called it being at the right place at the right time. And then he said last week just he battled real hard in the late going with Dave, and he knows Dave's a excellent driver here at Noble and a veteran, wins a lot of races, so and champion. So he knows that those are the kind of guys he's going to have to beat week in and week out if he wants anything to do with the championship this season. And
a bunch of people were wondering heading into Phoenix, okay, Cody Marshall got lucky, got his first win. At Daytona, easy to do. A bunch of people were wondering if he would be able to back it up on the mile long tracks and the mile and a halfs. And so far, he's been backing it up. Of course, got the win last week, and he's up to second so far in this race. He's not really chasing Chad Simpson down, but he's not really losing a bunch.
No, he's not right now, but he's probably right where he wants to be here. Another caution. These guys are going to have to pit again. Get some new tires on these things and watch out because he'll be quick again. But Dave Washington right now now he's on the the rear bumper of Dylan Jones here for
Caution.
7th place.
Chris Shiragotis around in corner number 3 and 4. He did that one by himself. Oh, Wendy, it looks like a tire might have went down on the Shiragotis machine.
Looks like
number
some, either
90.
suspension broke or something been on that one.
Yeah,
but,
just turned almost right in the center of the straightaway and just never caught it back. That was weird. Oh well, so caution out here again at Dover International Speedway. We're going to have pit stops coming up here right now. Everybody so far looks like they're coming down. Chad Simpson let them down. Does anybody stay out? A few drivers stayed out to get the wave around. TJ Graves stays out to try and lead a lap here at Dover. A little bit silent up here as we all watch and see who's all going to take what. Looks like 4 tires, the name of the game. Look out, it's going to be close for the battle. But it's going to be Chad Simpson. Simpson in front of Marshall.
Yeah, it looks like Simpson, Marshall, and then looks like a great pit stop by Jonathan Cadell and his crew, and also the crew of, what's his name? The other Jones here, Will Jones.
Will Jones, yep. And we'll get a line up here at the line, but Andy, we're going to try and tune up one of the drivers here. Dave, this is Ben Kilcrease up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
There we go with the 10-4 already. How are we doing tonight, Dave?
Having fun. Just trying to survive here, try to get back to the front. I'm just off pace a little bit.
All right, Dave, we saw you stayed out on that one pit stop, and everybody just left you hanging out there on old tires. Kind of got you shuffled back to the back of the pack. Are we going to be able to get that number 10 Ford Fusion back up to the front?
Yeah, I'm going to try here before the end. I'm just trying to be patient.
All right, sounds great, Dave. Well, we wish you luck in the best of the race. You only got about 62 more laps, so running out of time.
Yeah, I got to get going.
All right, Dave, take care, and hopefully we'll see you down in Victory Lane.
Thank you, sir.
That is David Washington right there. I tell you what, if you ever get a chance to catch up with him in the Motor Coach Lodge or eat breakfast with him or ever get a chance to even talk with the guy, do it, because he'll have you rolling all throughout the conversation. That is an awesome dude to hang around with.
Feet up, beers are flowing. Yeah, he's a good guy to have a conversation with.
Tempo.
Tempo.
All right. So, yeah, gotta love Tempo. Dave Washington is going to be 6th. TJ Graves just came down pit road here. So we're going to get the lights off on the track. And the lights off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Chad Simpson's going to lead them back to the green flag. It looks like he's going to take the inside lane this time. And Cody Marshall, the only winner so far this season, going to be 2nd. Lights off as we head down the back straightaway. Here we go. through 3 and 4, getting ready to restart on lap number 99. We'll have 61 when we put the hammer down. The inside hasn't got off the line real good, but let's see how the high side does this time. Who will prevail down into corner number 1? Can Cody Marshall lead for the first time, or does Chad Simpson run away with it more? Green flag back in the air. We're racing, and the high side bobbles up. Marshall didn't get a good run.
I think pretty much whoever's behind the leader, if they can time it right with Chad Simpson, they're going to end up in second place.
Look at Dave Washington on the outside. He's got 4th heading into corner number 3.
Strong power move by Dave, but battling hard. Will Jones on the bottom. Not so sure Dave's going to be able to complete the pass here, heading down the front stretch, but he'll try again in turn number 1.
He was 5th at the line. He's going to pinch him down as much as he can in corner number 1. Not going to be able to do it this time. To the back straightaway. Doesn't have a bumper. Got to be careful. Can't slide up into that wall and destroy the car.
Oh, Dave backs off, drops hanging behind Will Jones there at 5th place. So move Dave Washington up to 5th right now. We know we just heard it. He's trying to get back up to the front. So that's one more spot closer he is right now.
Meanwhile, up front, Cody Marshall falling back to 3rd. And he's trying to get 2nd back away from Cadell.
Great run by Jonathan Cadell, a newcomer here to Noble, and here he is. Tough track, and here he is 2nd, trying to run down Chad Simpson for the win.
And Simpson isn't really pulling away too much. Simpson has about a 5 or so car length lead. But Cadell maybe even starting to nip away at that lead a little bit.
I think the tendency has been on restarts with the fresh tires that people are able to hang with Chad for the most part, but it seems like as the tires wear off, Ben, that Chad just has the car to beat, and he has that line that he likes when the tires start to wear out, and that's really when we see him actually pull away from everyone.
Here we go down the front straightaway. It is still Chad Simpson leading Cadell, but Cadell is closing. Cadell is closing. But like you said, Andy, you just got to give Simpson a few laps until these tires get some heat in them, and he'll start to prevail in the lead again.
He will, but these top 5 hanging tough with each other right now, all the way back to Dave Washington. But Cody Marshall really trying now to put some pressure onto Jonathan Cadell in that 28 car, trying to get that 2nd place back from him that he had on the restart.
And what a race we've had tonight. This has just been a phenomenal race. Some of the best racing so far this season, some of the closest. We've had some unbelievable battles. It's just been great racing, and everybody's raced fairly cleanly. We had a few cautions, but hey, that's racing. But other than that, the racing here has just been great.
That's what we get when we come to Dover, Ben, is typically good racing, fast-paced. So, you know, we're starting to close the laps down here now with only 53 to go here. So the race will tick by pretty quick if you blink your eyes here at Dover.
Cody Marshall looking low on Cadell. Cadell kind of runs him on the apron. Marshall might not be too happy about that one. Here we go down the front straightaway. Marshall says, yep, I'm not happy, so I'll just pass you here. And Marshall on the apron just a little bit there. Cadell goes up the track. Marshall prevails and gets 2nd away as we head down the back straightaway. But Cadell looks low, and Marshall puts the block on him. A little payback there.
Whoa! 56 of Will Jones just got a great run through the corner there, but he had to slam on the brakes there last second.
That was a wake-up moment right there. Oh, my. Here comes Dave Washington.
Now he's got pressure from Washington now on his rear bumper, trying to get to the inside. It looks like Dave's going to have the inside lane, heading down the backstretch on Will Jones. Will Dave be able to get by him in turn 4?
I don't know, Dave went way down low on the back straightaway. I thought he was going to give a high five to a few people camping out in the infield there, but not going to be able to complete the pass. Will Jones prevails and is still in 4th. Washington has the ride in 5th.
hanging tough, though, is Jonathan Goodell, and Cody Marshall hasn't really left his back bumper since Marshall made that pass on him. But slowly, as we're watching, though, here's Chad Simpson pulling away from second place now, like he has done the last few restarts.
On board with Jonathan Goodell. He has been pretty good. Great run for Goodell tonight. He hasn't really fallen out of the top 5. And we've really been talking about that 28 car all night long.
Oh, we definitely have been very impressed with the run he's had. Also with that 56, who's right behind him with Will Jones. Both of those guys, newcomers here, and here they are running in the top 5 here tonight as the leaders are now battling with some lap down traffic.
That's Eric Dallariva now in front of Marshall. Simpson got by him clear, and then it's Matt Hoffman in front of Chad Simpson.
Hoffman drops way to the apron there, gives the whole track to the leaders. Great move by him there as Dallariva is up on the outside now. 3 wide just for a split second there coming off a 2.
Got a little bit exciting. Battle for second kind of has separated just a little bit. Marshall able to pull away from Goodell. Andy, I'm starting to wonder, do you think Marshall has anything for Chad Simpson?
I'm not so. He's not really losing any time from Chad as they run right now. I mean, I think Chad's just a smidget quicker, but every once in a while there, like that lap there, Cody Marshall actually took a little bit of time off there. So, he's who knows? I mean, maybe if he can get a restart where he can hang with him, we might be able to see a better battle for the lead.
Well, I talked to Cody after practice last night, and he said, I can practice all I want to right now as he cuts down a little bit more right there. He said, I can practice all I want to right now to be the fastest, have a great car, but when it comes to the race tomorrow in qualifying, I'll suck it up. And in the race, it'll take me until about lap 80 to get in my rhythm. It's a little bit past lap 80, but Andy, it looks like he finally has found his line and has finally gotten into a rhythm here at Dover.
Yeah, everything you just talked about was the same because Cody actually started 10th, and we were surprised because he was fast in practice. So everything he said so far has come true, and here he is now. He's slowly picking away at this lead, though. It's now down to 8 tenths.
He's catching him about a 10th every 2 laps. So we might have us a battle for the lead here within the next few or so laps. Cut down half a 10th right there.
And look at a little further back here, 6th place there, Brian Lambert trying to put a little bit of pressure on Dave Washington, trying to get into that top 5 there. Great run for Lambert all night long here, running right around that top 5 area, trying to get in there and stick there for at least a good finish.
Pretty much the whole top 10 or so single file. Got a little gaggle for 8th. Between Dylan Jones, Michelin, and Chad Osborne and Jay Adair. And that time by at the line, Cody Marshall falling back a little bit. So might be a game of catch and release here, kind of like a rubber band. You let it in, or you pull it out tight, and then it comes back together. That might be what we're seeing here with Marshall gaining a little bit, then losing it back. Gaining it, losing it back. That time he gained a 10th.
Yeah, it's kind of been back and forth. I think these guys, honestly, are probably one and the same right about now. I don't think, I don't know. Like I said, I think maybe a restart where these guys can be right on each other might be something to watch here. But it looks like, for the most part, they're pretty much running about the same lap times.
Closing in on, it'll be 38 laps to go this time by. 37 at the line. I had it right first. My producer corrected me wrong in my ear. So I have. It was Philip Willis last night talking to him. He said, "Which one of you guys can't do math right? Is it Andy or you?" And I said, "Hey, it's both of us. We all get it mixed up. But I think Andy, we've got it figured out tonight. We haven't told these guys wrong once."
Nah, it's always our producer that tells us the wrong ones. So.
Yeah.
But, whatever. It is what it is. And of course I just said that, Ben, just because he can't really talk to us except in our ears, so nobody else hears him. But, Cody Marshall still, right now, we'll talk a little racing. He's 8/10 still behind Chad Simpson. So about maintaining, these guys are pretty much equal here. And it looks like Jonathan Goodell's about the same distance there, drop back into third.
Yeah, these guys are just pretty separated equally here. Let's go ahead and look at the rseat.net top 5. Of course, your leader is Chad Simpson. Second is Cody Marshall. Third, Jonathan Cadell. Will Jones fourth. And old 10-4 Dave is fifth.
Hey, real quick, Ben, I just want to remind everyone about PAD. That's People Against Distracted Driving. Head over to pad.org. Make a small donation. It goes a long way for that cause. And Mike Collini has joined forces here with Noble, and came along with his wonderful organization of PAD. It's for a great, great cause. So check them out at pad.org. And remember, don't text and drive, everyone.
Put the phone down. Chad Simpson working to get around Ronald Henry. And Andy, this race is, I didn't even think about this until just a few seconds ago. This race is really almost over. At the line this time we'll have 31 laps to go. There's not much time left in this race.
There isn't been one more pit stop. I think we're predicting here for these leaders also. So maybe that'll have something to throw into the fire here a little bit. But still about 8/10 for the lead. So nothing really doing there. But those guys better watch out because they're going to have a couple cars here coming up closely behind with fresh tires. And that's the 24 of Chad Osborne right there behind Cody Marshall.
We've already had a few drivers already starting to make pit stops. Have some more coming in now. So, pit stops definitely starting to begin here at Dover. We'll let everything cycle around here. We'll tell you who's pitting and where and what they do. Andy, this could be a huge pickup for Cody Marshall here. Marshall comes down pit road. Whoa, he almost got the... Oh, Marshall overruns, and that's a huge slowdown for Marshall. He's going to lose a huge amount of time. Cody Marshall, Andy, he could be out of gas.
Could be. He's real slow, Ben, on that backstretch, kind of high. I think he was coming down pit road. He just couldn't slow down enough to make that left-hand turn. He didn't want to hit the barrels, and he ended up trying and going back around the track a whole nother time, but he's been very slow.
Caution is out. This could be a huge gain for Cody Marshall. James Mason and Jay Adair both doglegging down the back straightaway. Well, Adair looks like a bystander right here. And James Mason just loses it off a pit road. Oh. And a hard hit for Jay Adair. And oh my. Andy, I didn't even think about this, but there are going to be some guys trapped a lap down.
There is, but if the leaders come down pit road like they should, then those guys will get that all-elusive wave around. So It should, when everything all cycles back through, Ben, we should have about 15 cars here still on the lead lap when this thing all cycles through. But yeah, right now there's a bunch of people trapped a lap down, but I would imagine Simpson had, we saw Marshall just on the pit road, and Rodney Kramer, they're all going to have to make a pit stop here. So those guys will be able to get the wave around, but it looks like your top 4 is going to be definitely changed.
This is definitely going to put a kink in the chain as far as any strategy. We're on 27 laps to go. And Andy, after all that happened, Cody Marshall out of gas, he's still on the lead lap.
If that caution didn't come out when it did, Ben, I think Cody Marshall would have been in deep, deep trouble, or maybe a lap, maybe 2 down, and probably back into like the 15th position area, I believe, with that mistake he had. But he was very, very fortunate on that one.
We'll see if we can't get driver dialed up. We're going to let everybody circle around right here first. Make sure our driver doesn't go down pit road. He is going to. Cody Marshall, Ben Kilcrease up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Oh, Cody doesn't sound too happy in that voice, but the car looks extremely happy. Tell us about the race so far.
I was biding my time, trying to do what I do. Just overshot the pit, ran out of gas.
Cody, you're still sitting third right now. We're going to have around 23 or so laps to go when we get the green flag. Do you have anything for Chad Simpson?
Nah, I didn't get the bolt on 4 tires there. I just took the gas and got out.
Sounds great, Cody. Well, don't hang your head too low. There's always another caution where you can come down, maybe get those tires put on, and hopefully we'll talk to you within the top 3, maybe in victory lane.
10-4. Thank you.
Cody Marshall in the 37 Chevrolet SS. Andy didn't sound too happy there, and you gotta wonder. He doesn't have those 4 tires on, so he could drop quite a bit right here. And Andy, if he had those 4 tires on, he could possibly do something. Get up here and try and rattle Chad Simpson's feathers here. But this is all messed up here. The lineup is, we're going, just be patient with us, because it's going to take us a second here to explain everything. Simpson, Tyler Head, Cody Marshall, TJ Graves are on the lead lap, but we are lining them up as Chad Simpson, Tyler Head, Will Jones, who is 5th, Dave Washington, Goodell, Brian Lambert, Mitch Lennon, and a bunch of other guys. The lineup real messed up here, real confusing. Top 2 are on the lead lap. From there on back, a lap down, and then in the mix of all those cars, it is Cody Marshall and TJ Graves somewhere all mixed up. So here we go. Getting ready for the restart with 25 laps to go. Only 4 cars on the lead lap due to the pit strategy. Green flag in the air, we're racing. And Andy, not only are we going to see a race for the win here, we're going to see a race for that first position 1 lap down, because if the caution were to come out, the lucky dog position is going to be crucial.
Well, you're definitely right there, Ben, and right now it looks like that Will Jones and Dave Washington right now are the ones battling for that, and they're actually running on the screen as 2nd and 3rd here behind the leader, Chad Simpson.
Yeah, they're in line, 2nd and 3rd here. In reality, they are 5th and 6th, battling for the lucky dog position. But you never know. We could possibly run the rest of this race on green flag here, so you just never know. Through 1 and 2. Dave Washington looks slow on Will Jones. Not going to make a move this time by, but he's on the bumper. Looks like he was almost pushing Jones to that corner. Here comes Washington. He's looking low, Andy. He has a bumper.
Very close right there, Ben. That was a real close move, but he falls back behind right now. Will Jones still through 3 and 4, but it looks like Dave gets a good run off turn number 4 here. Able to stay with him as they head down the front stretch.
This is a great battle. Washington looks low again. He might have it now to the back straightaway. They're still side by side.
Not quite going to have enough to make the pass, but now he looks inside again on Will Jones. Almost getting into him there, but now he's going to have a little bit of a run coming off turn 4, but still not able to make the pass happen.
Will Jones definitely not going to give that position up easily. Ooh, Washington dives it hard down in the 1. Gets a good run through corners 2 to the back straightaway. Side by side, he has a good run. He might be able to clear him in 3.
Might be able to, but hanging tough is Will Jones on the outside. Coming off of turn number 4, Dave Washington they're still side by side at the line.
This is for a top 5 position and for the lucky dog. If the caution were to come out. Off of corner number 2, Will Jones, a kill crease crossover into corner number 3. What a battle. Oh, they touch! Washington around, into the wall, no caution. Oh, and then he gets clobbered. And the caution is in. Multiple cars are going to be involved. Oh my. Rodney Kramer involved in that. Dave Washington was slow on the track, and Chad Osborne just had nowhere to go but into the back of him. And got a feeling Dave Washington might not be the happiest man alive right now. But, Andy, this is going to be the break that Cody Marshall was looking for. He's still sitting 3rd. Everybody else a lap down. The only way he would not get 3rd is if that everybody stay. Well, he still would be 3rd. So Marshall could pit right here, and Chad Simpson would have to stay out to keep everybody else a lap down. It's going to be interesting. Well, we don't know what's going to happen.
It is going to be interesting, Ben, but 4 cars on the lead lap. I expect all 4 of those cars to pit road to buckle on 4 fresh tires here. But it's going to be, doesn't look like Simpson's coming down, but Tyler Head, he's going to be the first of the leaders to come down pit road.
Head's going to come down, and I don't see any reason why Cody Marshall wouldn't come down. Here he comes, Marshall down pit road, as well as TJ Graves. Those are the 4 guys on the lead lap. Chad Simpson's going to stay out. He's going to be on old tires. Oh my, this is about to get interesting.
I think part of his strategy, Ben, might be to keep these guys trapped a lap down here. To only have 4 cars, the worst he would finish would be 4th right now if something was to happen.
Yep.
All right, real quick, remind everybody, PowerTech Power Solutions. Check them out on Facebook. That's PowerTech Power Solutions. James Ross, got a big win Monday night in the Noble B Cup Nationwide Series race here at Kentucky. Snookered everybody on a fuel strategy. Got his first win in the Big 3 divisions here at Noble, so congratulations to him. And head over to PowerTech Power Solutions. James is your guy whenever you need a generator to power your house. We'll be back right after this.
Hey race fans, it's Carl Edwards, driver of the number 99 Aflac Ford Fusion with your eye safety tip of the week. Did you know that 90% of eye injuries can be avoided simply by wearing the proper ANSI approved eyewear? More than 1 million Americans have lost some degree of sight due to eye injury. That's a risk that I'm just not willing to take. Go to wileyx.com to find a dealer near you and to learn more about the first premium performance sunglass company whose entire product line meets occupational safety standards. That's WILEYX.com. Wiley X. Safety never looked so cool.
We're back here at Noble TV. Everybody has gotten around all the lap drivers. Chad Simpson, the only one that stayed out on the lead lap. Here we go. Jonathan Cadell was the recipient of the lucky dog, but I'm not quite sure how they do it at Noble here, Andy. He might have to line up at the back of the pack.
Pretty sure that's how it goes pretty much for any iRacing deal. You get your lap back on the waiver round, and you pretty much have to start at the tail end of the longest line. So he will be in the back. He'll be behind all these lap down cars here, but he will be scored 5th. So Jonathan Cadell, great run for him so far tonight, and there he is sitting 5th right now.
Let's run them through the RC.net top 5. In the lead is Chad Simpson. Then it's Tyler Head. In the 4 car, he's 2nd. Cody Marshall. He got an unbelievable break. He is sitting 3rd. TJ Graves is 4th, and we just mentioned Jonathan Cadell, who is 5th, and he is lining up behind Marshall. So he fooled us all. And we are not going green this time. Lights are back on the pace car, so we are not going green. Oh, we've had a crash. No, Dave Washington has just come to a stop down in 1 and 2. Don't know what that was about. Might have had some problems with the cars there. We are going to get a replay, though. He just pulled high and kind of came to a stop. He is being scored 11th, though, Andy, so we're going to get the lights off this time by, and we're going to try this again.
Yeah, if I was Chad Simpson, he is fast on old tires here, Ben, but he's got 3 guys now behind him that have fresh tires. 4 guys behind him now with fresh tires. So he's going to have some tough doings here with these 4 cars behind him. Tyler Head, TJ Graves, 2 guys that mentioned here noticeably up here in the top 5. Had some issues earlier on in the race, but here they are at the end when it matters the most.
Lights out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. When we cross the start-finish line to take the green flag, we will have 11 laps remaining in this race. 11 miles to get the job done. Can Chad Simpson hang on? Or will Tyler Head shock everybody and pull out a win? Maybe even Cody Marshall getting 3 in a row. We'll have to wait and find out.
I think, Ben, like we saw all night long so far in these restarts, the guy who was right behind the leader in the restart, whether it was a high line or low line, had the advantage over second place. So this might be the restart that that Cody Marshall needed here if he can stay with Chad Simpson here on the restart.
Pace car down pit road. It is time to make the move. 11 to go. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Dover. Chad Simpson with a huge jump, but Cody Marshall has the inside groove. He is 2nd. Chad Simpson not fast. He's on old tires. Through 3 and 4, Cody Marshall cuts the lead down to 3/10 at the line. 2/10. We are on board with Cody Marshall. He is going for 3 in a row. Andy, he was so disappointed a few cautions ago when we talked to him. But now he's on the bumper, going for the lead in 3 and 4.
He has great battle. He's got the fresh tires right on Chad Simpson as they head up on turn number 4. Cody Marshall, will he do it? Not this time. He's looking inside, but he won't do it. He backs off just a little bit there, takes the high line, as now Tyler Head is slowly creeping on him off of 2.
9 to go, and the top 5 are tail to nose. Nobody is giving an inch. Chad Simpson doing a great job holding him off, but in 3 and 4, Cody Marshall gets a good run, not able to make a move. Here comes Tyler Head to the inside for second.
Cody Marshall kind of slipped up there coming off of turn number 4, left the bottom
Caution.
open for.
Caution is out on the track. Oh my, Dave Washington in a heap of destroyed race car. And it looks... Oh, Dave Washington kind of just washed up the track into James Gagne. And Washington just destroyed that number 10 Ford Fusion. Oh, he gets hit pretty hard by Chris Shiragotis. And that number 10 car destroyed. Oh my.
Well, Ben, this is going to, as we watch Dave's car kind of riding around on 3 wheels right now, as the 28's going to duck down pit road here, Jonathan Goodell. Why not? He's 5th right now. He's going to be 5th when they restart, so he's going to come in and take some tires here. But the leaders stay out. Cody Marshall, I don't know if he's got anything for Chad on this restart now, as Tyler Head's going to be lined up right behind Chad Simpson here. But looks like we're going to have maybe a 2-lap shootout here.
We don't know quite yet, but it is going to be interesting. We're going to have to see if Cody Marshall can keep up on that high side. If he's able to do that, then it's going to be close. Tyler Head, though, he showed a head full of steam on this past caution. Or on this past restart. He almost got around Marshall for second. If he would have done that, that would have put Marshall back in 3rd on this restart, which would have given him a big advantage. But we'll just have to wait and see. Lights are still on the pace car as we get ready to get the green flag here for the restart. We are going to get a restart in, but the question is how many laps are we going to have? We are on 5 to go right now. That was for Brian Terry. We're coming to 4 to go now. And looks like we might get the lights off this time by. Four laps remaining in this one. Lights are off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. We're going to have a 3-lap shootout to determine tonight's winner. 3 miles. This is a trip to your Walmart and back. That is all these guys are going to have to get the job done. Who gets the jump? Who is going to be able to come out with the victory? Do we make it back to the checker before we have another caution? All these are questions that these guys are running through their head. Who will win at Dover? The pace car getting ready to pull down on the pit road. 3 laps to go. Chad Simpson's in the gas. We're racing. Marshall gets a good jump. Marshall got a good jump. Three to go at Dover. Oh! TJ Gray's hard in the wall. Caution is out, and Chad Simpson's going to win at the Monster Mile. Chad Simpson, he's not letting out. 2 to go for Simpson as he comes to the pace car. And I must ask, and I'm going to do it on live air, I'm going to call out iRacing. Come on, we've got to have green-white checkers. From a broadcast standpoint, and from a race, even a spectator standpoint, we have got to have green-white checkers, iRacing. So you need to get with the program here. But looks like
it doesn't
Chad...
even have to be in the official races. Just in ability when you host a race that you could put it in there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be a nice option, but it's iRacing, so we'll probably never see it in our lifetime. Here we go, though, coming to the white flag. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here at Dover. And Andy, if we would have went green, I think Cody Marshall would have had something for Simpson.
Yeah, he definitely had a great jump on that restart, man. He's been waiting for it all night long. That was the only one that the guy in second actually got on the same page as Chad Simpson there on that restart. And Cody Marshall read it perfectly. And like you said, I do believe he would have had something here for Chad Simpson. At least it would have been a dogfight to the end, and that would have been something to see.
Chad Simpson is going to be the guy to knock Cody Marshall off his throne. But hey, at least we can say that Cody Marshall has never finished out of the top 2 in the Cup Series.
Well, he still has that, man. That's not a bad deal, and he comes out next week.
It's a good step.
We're in trouble.
Yeah. He's not going to get 3 in a row, but he is going to have a first, and a second, and to start off the season, that's pretty phenomenal. Off of corner number 4, Chad Simpson is going to cross the finish line. At the line, Chad Simpson's going to win at Dover. Top 5 as follows is Cody Marshall, Jonathan Caddell, Tyler Head, and TJ Graves. A good race here at the ending of this one. Oh my. We'll have to wait and hear from the rest of the guys. I don't think Marshall's going to be too happy that they raced into their caution, but I bet you Chad Simpson is going to be on his knees praying that the race ended under caution. Here we go, Chad Simpson getting ready to burn him down at the line, and he deserves it. We're going to be right back here at Dover International Speedway as Chad Simpson has parked the car on the start-finish line. We're going to talk to him and the rest of the top 3 right after this.
I felt it all at the hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the hall, where my grandson asked me, did you really do all that?
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing.
Hate to disappoint you, Old Man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees? Flash floods? Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac and never feel powerless.
Hey race fans, it's Carl Edwards, driver of the number 99 Aflac Ford Fusion with your eye safety tip of the week. Did you know that 90% of eye injuries can be avoided simply by wearing the proper ANSI approved eyewear? More than 1 million Americans have lost some degree of sight due to eye injury. That's a risk that I'm just not willing to take. Go to wileyx.com to find a dealer near you and to learn more about the first premium performance sunglass company whose entire product line meets occupational safety standards. That's WILEYX.com. Wiley X. Safety never looked so cool.
We're back here at Noble TV, and oh my, it's been a great race here at Dover. And I just getting caught up on a little bit of dinner up here, some corn dogs and shrimp juice. But oh my, it has been unbelievable so far. Andy Kessler is caught up with third place Jonathan Goodell right now. And Andy, he has to be pretty happy for the top three tonight.
Yeah, Jonathan's popping out of his car right now, big smile on his face. Jonathan, heck of a job here. You were running on top 5, top 8 all night long here, and you came home with a third place finish. You got to be pretty happy for you.
Yeah, first race with these guys, and seemed to do all right, I guess. I don't know what happened on that pit stop. Somehow got caught a lap down, and after all those restarts there, I just could never seem to get it going, but luckily I avoided that right there at the end and got a third place finish.
Yeah, third place, first start here at Noble. Not too shabby. Tough competition here at this league, and I mean, we could just ask Cody Marshall there. He won the first 2 weeks here out in the Cup Series, but here you are with a top 3. Not a bad average finish. But moving on to next week, it's got to be pretty. You got to be pretty happy with this momentum that you're now carrying here, leaving Dover.
Yeah, I hope so. I've been just hope to keep in good standing with these guys and keep it clean.
I hear you. Now, Jonathan, coming over here to Noble, was this kind of a word of mouth kind of thing, or did you just jump right aboard and stumble across it?
Well, I usually race with Glenn Stanley, and he gave me a heads up about the league, and seemed like it had a pretty good car count and pretty good group of guys, so I wanted to try it out. Seems like it's working out so far.
That seems like it is there. Jonathan, congratulations on your third place finish. Anyone you'd like to thank for this?
Yeah, I'd like to thank strutmasters.com and Noble Motorsport for let me in here, and it's our seat.
Awesome. Well, that's our third place finisher tonight, Jonathan Goodell. Ben, I believe you've found our second place finisher.
I am down here with my man Cody Marshall. Cody, you had a great run. Finished second. Didn't quite get the win there, but if the green flag would have stayed out, do you think he would have had something for old Mr. Simpson? Mr. Simpson?
Yeah, it would have made for a good race. He did a good job making his car real wide to make it real difficult to go inside or out. But I just tried my best to keep it off him and try and pass him clean. But caution just didn't, like the last 2 weeks the cautions are just plagued the end of the race. But I like good race to Chad, and congratulations.
Cody, as we head into next week, you've had a phenomenal season so far in the Cup Series. A first, and then tonight a second. Are you going to be able to back that up next week?
I sure am hoping so.
So we hope to see you up here. Congratulations on the second place finish tonight, who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank ESPN for sponsoring me. Da-da-da, I'd like to thank Rodney Kramer, obviously the usual suspects, Rick Donathan, all Dave Washington, our seat, Noble Motorsports, for putting this on and making this possible.
Sounds great. That is Cody Marshall finishing second tonight, and Andy Kessler is now in victory lane. He has caught up with your winner tonight, Chad Simpson. Andy?
That's right, Ben. I'm down here in Victory Lane, champagne spraying everywhere. Chad, you got to be happy with this one. First win of the season here at week number 3. Big boost for you here after the first 2 weeks, and not the luck you were looking for the first 2 weeks.
Absolutely. After missing Daytona, the focus for us is just getting solid wins and getting back up there in the points to make the chase, and this was certainly a good one for us.
Yeah, Dover, pretty fast here. You were going to have some stiff competition there with even like Dave Washington. But Dave obviously had his troubles and fell out there. But here you were with Cody Marshall battling for the win at the end there. Obviously, the caution came out, was good for you. But he talked about you making that bumper wide. Was that kind of the strategy you had, being that you were on the old tires?
Yeah, well, when the yellow flew, it kind of put me in a tight spot. I could either pit. I figured they were going to pit, or I could stay out and try and trap all those guys a lap down. And I decided to stay out. We had, I think, 8 laps on the tires. And I knew that they were going to be challenging me for that lead. So I just had to hold on and hope that they didn't give me the bumper.
No, I hear you, Nat. I kind of had a feeling that was kind of your strategy. I was going there next as far as staying out there, trapping all those guys. Because in doing that, I mean, basically you ensured yourself at least a top 5 finish at the end of the night. But instead, you got the win. So anyone you'd like to thank for this big win tonight?
Legos, RC.net, Wiley X, Sam Bass Gallery, Power Tech, Power Solutions, NASCAR Hall of Fame, No Bull, FBR Motorsports, all these people. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, that's your winner, big winner this week here at Dover, the 42 of Chad Simpson. Ben, he got it done, kept Cody Marshall out from victory lane for 3 weeks in a row, but now Chad's making his way to get back in that top 12, try to make this chase.
Chad might try and make it 2 in a row next week, and he'll have to do so at Atlanta Motor Speedway. That is going to be a good race next week. I'm really looking forward to that. The slick, high-banked, fast Atlanta Motor Speedway, Andy. That's definitely going to put definitely going to put on a good show with these guys here at Noble.
Yeah, and I've seen a couple test sessions with Noble and the Gen 6 cars there, and man, those cars are a handful on that track. But I know these guys are going to get it done. I know firsthand, and we all know that, and I won't get into it. But yeah, fast track race there. In the trucks a couple weeks ago. A lot of fun. It's a fun old track. Tires are a premium there, and with these big, heavy stock cars, fast, lots of horsepower, these guys are going to be pushing it next week there in Atlanta.
Yeah, they are. It's definitely going to be fun. It's going to be slick, like you said. It's going to be a challenge for these guys here at Noble, but I'm pretty sure they can tackle the reins, I'm going to say. And then next week, or excuse me, the week after, I actually head to Sonoma for the first road course of the season. That's going to be a fun race as well. But next week we are looking forward to Atlanta, and it will be right here Thursday night on Noble TV. And it's going to be pretty fun. But Andy, as we get ready to head out of Dover tonight, do you have any final closing statements?
Yeah, someone finally knocked Cody Marshall off the top spot here. He's still going to maintain his points lead, though, because of the trouble Philip Willis had here this evening. But I look for a strong competitive race next week, and I wouldn't be surprised to see guys like Jonathan Cadell or even Will Jones there, who we saw all race long up front again. Those guys were very impressive here in their first starts at Noble. But yeah, excellent race tonight, and expecting the same next week at Atlanta.
It will be a good race. We're going to have to see if Chad Simpson can now get 2 in a row and tell Cody Marshall, have a little something for Cody Marshall. Let him know that he's also a Cup Series driver as well. But that's pretty much going to do it for us tonight. Remember to check out the NASCAR Hall of Fame, Sam Bass, PowerTech Power Solutions, rseat.net, PAD, People Against Distracted Driving, Wiley X, RD Designs. Am I missing any, Andy? I think I said them all. That's pretty phenomenal. All right, so that's going to be all for us tonight. For Matt Weisbrot, Andy Kessler, I am Ben Kilcrease. Have a great night. Remember to put the phone down while you're driving. Buckle up, drive safe, and we'll see you later here on No Bull TV.